Welcome to East Texas Red Barn Cooking with your guy, Texas T. Texas T here. Get ready. It's time to do some cooking, y'all. Hello, folks. Another day at the Red Barn. It ends in Y, so we're going to fire it up again. Today we're going to do some beef ribs. They're beef back ribs. So I usually do pork, but beef ribs are really good. If they come out right, then they'll be nice and tender, and we're going to show you what we do. Not a bad looking rack of beef ribs. So we're going to start off with a little bit of mustard on this thing is what I'm going to do. Just as a binder. Keep your seasonings minded on there. I'm going to rub that around. You won't taste it once it's all cooked and everything. So it's just as a binder. You can use oils, olive oils, any kind of oil you want. But it's just going to help that seasoning stick to this thing. All right, we're going to go ahead and start seasoning this up. I'm going to start off with, you guessed it, garlic powder. Now I'm going to put a rub on here. It's the rub that I use for my brisket that I make. But it has got garlic in it, and it has onion powder in it. But I'm going to base this with that anyway, because I want a little bit more than what's in my rub. So we're going to add just a little coating like that. And then I've got my, let me get this open. There we go. It's my brisket rub. And we're going to give that a good little coating. And this has got my salts and everything in it. I have no sugar. No sugar in this rub here. Sugar I use on my pork, not on my beef. And that'll be good right there. That's plenty. But also I'm going to top this thing off with some good old Mexican red seasoning. If you haven't had this, it's really good. I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of this on top. This is what I use to make my tablitas. Oh yeah, tablitas. That'll be for another day. We'll have to do those too. If you ain't never had tablitas before, oh my, you don't even know. You don't know what you're missing. Tablitas are short ribs, and man, are they fantastic. I used to get them at the Mexican store already pre-seasoned, and they're fabulous. But then I found the seasonings that they use, and so now I just buy them and season them up myself. Anyway, here we go. We're going to get this going. Now on the back side of this beef rib, I didn't put the mustard on it nor these seasonings. I did spray it lightly with olive oil spray, just for a binder on the back, because I don't want to waste my mustard because it's just a membrane and a little bit of fat on the back. The membrane on the beef ribs, leave it on there. Leave it on there. It's going to help keep it together. So you don't need to don't take it off. If you do, your ribs are going to fall apart on the beef ribs. So leave that membrane on the back, and then I used just a basic all seasoning for the back side, just to have some flavor on there, because I'm going to eat that fat too. So, but that's all I did on the back side. All right, this baby's ready to go. All right, we got this sucker on here. We're going to shut this thing down and let it cook for a few hours. I've got my mesquite wood wrapped in aluminum foil because I'm using this grill today. Decided to keep it simple today. So we're going to let that thing cook about 230, anywhere from 230 to 250. And let it cook for a few hours. Oh yeah, we're smoking now, baby. Yep, here we are. Here at the Red Barn. Ribs are on the grill doing their thing. Got my new pump to my pool doing its thing. All is right with the world right now. So, I was thinking about grills a few minutes ago, and smokers. And folks, it doesn't matter what you have. You can make it work. There are no rules when it comes to cooking meat. You may have some cheap old stuff like I have. But you know what? They work. You may have some high dollar smokers and high dollar grills. Well, good for you. But you can use anything. Don't sweat that stuff. Fire it up yet. Some of these things, you have to learn how to cook on them. They all cook differently, temperature-wise and heat-wise. And, some of the cheaper stuff that I have had, smokers, they, sometimes with the heat management, fire management, it's a little tough to get under control sometimes. But you make it work. You figure it out. Just do it. You can cook on anything. I've got a campfire pit, with a metal ring that I'm actually thinking about getting me a couple of large steaks and cooking it right on top of that thing. So, yeah, there are no rules. You just do your thing, cook on whatever you have, make it work. All will be right with the world. This is meat country. We like it. All right, I just pulled these ribs off. They're not done yet. Of course, the internal temperature right now is about 132, and thick meat between the bones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap these in heavy-duty aluminum foil and pour a little solution on top of it. When I wrap it up, we're going to slap that back on the grill. All right, like I said, what we're going to do. Pull out some of this heavy-duty foil, lay it out, make sure it's big enough to cover that entire piece of meat wrapped up. I'd rather have too much than not enough, and I'm sure that's way too much. Alright, get this chunk of meat in, ready to go here. Alright, I'm going to take this beautiful rib here. I'm going to turn it upside down, meat side down. That's what I'm going to do. Wash my hands for a second. Start being on my hands off there. Greasy piece of meat. Alright, so I made up a solution. I'm going to pour right on top of these ribs. That's going to cook in. This is butter. Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce. I put minced garlic, and I put minced onion, dehydrated onion, little dried onion pieces in it. What else did I throw in there? Hot sauce, like Frank's Red Hot. That's what's in here. And bouillon. Make my own little broth, and I use bouillon powder. Put it in there. Probably a teaspoon is what I put in here. Give it some good flavors. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour this baby right on top of this. Now, we're probably gonna have a mess. That's all right. This flavor is gonna cook in there. Let it overflow and get sucked up in that meat. Oh yeah. Probably a little too much liquid. But we don't care. I didn't measure anything. So we just put a little bit of this, put a little bit of that. And like I say, no rules. That's how I do it. Do it as you will. I don't want to turn it upside down because I'm going to lose all my juices. Alright. That baby. Ready to go back on. Alright, I'm just checking on these ribs. Yeah, they're braising, but we're only at 163 degrees internal, so we're gonna close them back up and let them keep on cooking. They've been on here about an hour and a half wrapped up, so not long enough. I'm gonna crank my grill up a little bit higher heat too. Alright, these would probably be pretty fantastic. Pretty good. But I ain't ready to take them off yet. We're gonna do something different. A complete different way of doing ribs. Night night. 8:30 a.m. 14-hour cook time. Now, of course, I am not done yet. I'm going to slap on some of my homemade barbecue sauce, and I'm going to throw this baby back on the grill. Crank it up to high heat, and I am going to char it on both sides a little. All right, here's what we've got. About 14 and a half hours of cooking ribs. I don't recommend it. Well, the meat is crazy tender, slicing like butter till I get down to the bone. Had a little problem with the bone and getting between each one, but the meat is definitely tender. Yeah. Pretty meaty. Nice and juicy. Time for a little tasty test. Beef. That is absolutely terrible that y'all are not going to try this. Very tender and fantastic flavor, but it didn't pull off the bone like I expected it, so I just removed all the meat from the bone. So I simply took that meat, threw it in a pot, added some more barbecue sauce, let it simmer a little while, and made some awesome tacos. Dang, these are good.